No amount of leads will scale your wholesale business if leads are leaking through the cracks, which is exactly what email marketing solves. In this video, I'll be covering the key principles behind email marketing and the exact 2 email flows you need to increase your close rate above 50%. So to kick it off, why do you need email marketing? The basic consensus is this: trust is at an all-time low, skepticism is at an all-time high. If you're new to the game, you're probably just learning what this looks like in practice. If you've been in the game for a while, you've seen this shift post 2019, 2020. Prospects are in data gathering mode after they opt into whatever piece of content, ad, or any type of online marketing platform that you're running. So because of this, they want more information before taking the next step to trust you. Without good email marketing, you're not following up with your prospects. So what this leads to is things like low show rates on the calls that you're having, lower intent, longer sales cycles, and when you hop on calls, instead of it being more about the contract conversation, it's more towards an education selling-based conversation. And this is what leads to more friction, burnout, and just a more inefficient sales process for you and your entire team. And furthering my point, across all business niches that implement email marketing, Alex Hormozi said it himself. He's scaled multiple 9-figure companies. The average ROI with email marketing is 35 to 45x. So for every dollar spent, you get $35 to $45 back. Now, with that being said, if you could put $1 into a machine, press a button, and get $45 or $35 to $45 back, how many times would you press that button? I think we know the answer to that. Adjacent to this, there's something called the 7-11-4 rule. And basically what it states is that before someone buys or hires from you, they typically need 7 hours of consuming your content, whether that's blogs, videos, podcasts, newsletters. They need 11 different interactions with your brands, meaning seeing your ads, reading your emails, visiting your site, etc. And they need to see your content across 4 different platforms. So where they actually encounter you, like YouTube, Instagram, your website, and email. And with all of this being said, email is one of the easiest ways to increase your exposure to your prospects. So now let's dive into the core principles. So creating your messaging is the first step. The first thing that I recommend you do is you can upload your inbound and outbound call transcripts from your Zoom calls and use something like Firefly AI, Fathom, any sort of AI note taker that can join your meeting for you while you're taking your sales calls and that automatically transcribes the entire meeting for you. From there, once you have these saved projects, let's say you have 5, 10, 15 of them, and these are successful sales calls, obviously, you want to upload them into a Claude AI project or whatever AI tool you use. I recommend Claude. It just has the cleanest outputs. From there, you're going to want to ask the AI to identify the top 10 objections, misconceptions, FAQs, and common prior states of prospects. And all you need to do from there is fuel these ideas into your email content. Make it extremely simple. Then what you can do is segment your assets by avatar type. So for example, someone that's not started yet, someone struggling to scale, someone burned by a competitor, etc., etc. Now, the next key principle that most businesses don't do is segmentation, meaning you want to separate your audience based on shared characteristics. So before I get into what that means a little bit more, multiple studies have shown up to a 791% increase in email ROI from segmentation. So what does that mean in practice for wholesale? You want to send the right content to the right people based on the qualifiers. So set separate email flows based on specific situations. Have a divorce email sequence. Have an inherited homes email sequence. Have a foreclosure email sequence. This is going to resonate with your prospects more, and it's going to lead to higher engagement because emails that don't have an audience fit lead to that disengagement regardless of how good your email quality is, because it's not resonating with their specific pain points, their specific situation, and that is what's going to lead to no sales. And so now for the bread and butter. Here are the different formats. So number 1 are the value-based formats. These emails should look like regular one-on-one messages. one email, one topic, and one call to action. The point of these emails, the value-based specifically, is building a goodwill bank account just by providing constant free value before making any asks at all. You're literally just showing them, hey, I want to help you in your situation without getting anything in return because I care, right? And this is what's going to build that trust. And what you can also do from an efficiency standpoint is repurposing your best performing social media content as email body text. So don't just link it to the posts, but actually repurpose it as the email body text. So for an example, this is an example of one of the value-based emails. So, hey, first name. Before you talk to anyone about selling your property, here are a few things worth knowing so you don't get taken advantage of. First, always ask for proof of funds. Second, get an offer in writing with a clear closing date. Verbal offers mean nothing. Third, watch out for renegotiation at the closing table. Some buyers will give you a strong number, then find issues, Hope this helps. Just wanted to make sure you're protected no matter what you end up working with. And then, the client's name or my client's name, your name there. Right. So as you can see here, we're just, structuring it with, a 3-step process. We're structuring it with just value being provided without any ask. That's it. Okay. You can also add maybe your number at the bottom if they want to give you a call, etc. But this is what's going to build that trust. And for the second format, you want to use case study format. These are by far the best. So once you're more established, you have video testimonials, or you just have a ton of Google reviews. Utilize these client stories, have their before and after transformations, and utilize them in email. So in practice, let me show you what that looks like. So basically, hey, first name, just wanted to share a quick story in case you're in a similar spot. Don had a property that had been sitting for a while. Nobody ever reached out to him. Then our team got in touch, set a date, came to the house, made a fair offer, handled everything. And we, in his words, everything we said we were going to do, we did. That's how every deal should work, straightforward, honest, and on your terms. And then from here, what we added is the link to the actual video testimonial themselves. And then we have a call to action. Just reply to this email. Obviously, you can have different call to actions as well. Click here to book a call, et cetera, et cetera. But the point is, we set up his story, the before and after transformation. And the key is we link the YouTube link so they can watch it themselves. This is by far the best format in order to build trust and have ease of accessibility to make it less friction for when your prospect gets an email so that they can actually convert and book that call. So now that you understand the formats, you need to understand the flows in which you send emails. So the first one is the 3-day flow. Basically, this frequency is about 2 to 3 different emails per day. And the goal is to take advantage of the mere exposure effect. Basically, just getting 7 different touch points in front of them to basically just activate the mere exposure effect. So when they opt in, you want to have exposure number 1, which is your thank you page. Exposure number 2, an initial email, which can be delivered immediately after they opt into your page. Exposure number 3 is then activating the email flows, and these can be delivered after 5-10 minutes. And then right after that, have SMS marketing as well, adjacent to this, delivered at the same time as the email. And then exposure number 5 is a phone consultation, basically just contacting the lead or the prospect within 5 to 15 minutes, ideally. Now, if you can call them sub 5 minutes, this is going to increase your response rate by 700%. It's not even a question. If speed to lead is real, and if you can do this, your business is just simply going to grow. It's as simple as that. And so now, building off of the 2 to 3 day flow, if you have more cold top of funnel prospects, what you want to have is a 90-day flow as well. So you just send about 1 to 3 emails per week, just staying top of mind and continuing to nurture these prospects. And so like I said before, you can have one sales-focused outreach, whether that's email, and then you want to have some sort of value proposition being sent every single week. So that can be sending case studies or the value-based email format as well. And as well, just remember in your CRM, you want to add tags for different conversion mechanisms. You want to add tags for different buyer or seller situations, whether that's, inherited, divorce, like I said before, so that the certain flows can activate for the certain type of archetype of your client or the certain subsection of the type of prospect you're going to be reaching out to. Now, email marketing means nothing if you have no traffic or leads to send emails to. And what's the best way to produce traffic in 2026? Paid ads. I've recorded an entire free course going over exactly how to create and set up high-performing paid ads for wholesalers. I'll link that right here. Check that out. I'll see you there. Peace.